Hi, Islamic Dad here. I'm going to do a video today on a topic that I'm sure is in the mind of a lot of people that are new to the subject, and that is sticking it out with the narcissist, and is that even possible? If you enjoy this channel and you find these videos useful, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot. So a question that I haven't really touched on because even from the beginning, it just seemed like it didn't make a whole lot of logical sense to me, is the idea of staying with a narcissist. Is that possible? How would you do that? What would that be like? So I thought I'd, kind of share my perspective on that and kind of, real world experiences that I may not have had directly myself, but I have seen firsthand. So, with my ex-girlfriend, before we got together, she was with a guy, and they had been together for over 7 years. And just, to give context, I was with my ex-girlfriend for 4 years, and only 3 of those were fun and fulfilling. I was white knuckling the last year, just waiting for things to get back to normal, and they never did. So, and again, reading on the subject elsewhere, basically the only option available to stay with the narcissist or keep the relationship going is to just give in. Basically, you make a conscious decision not to try to change the narcissist in any way. Additionally, you make the decision to accept any and all behavior from the narcissist. And, and of course, combined with those, you make the decision to accept that the narcissist themselves is never going to choose to improve themselves. As far as the narcissist is concerned with themselves, they are perfect. Why would they need therapy? Why would they need to do shadow work? Why would they need to work on themselves? So, once you accept that on the narcissist side, you then have all the stuff on your side. You have to understand that in accepting to stay in that environment, the narcissist will never support you. The narcissist will never try to make you happy. The narcissist will never take you or your thoughts and feelings into consideration. The narcissist, to a large degree, will never respect you. They will never value you the way they did previously, such as through the love bombing phase and even right after. That they will continue to cheat on you, either through affairs, whether that be physical, sexual, emotional, that they will continue to be deceptive, and do things like lie by omission, hide things from you, basically live a double life, while at the same time, the narcissist will continue to throw out clues. Again, that's for another video. I don't know why narcissists enjoy throwing out clues as to what they're doing behind your back, but that seems to be part of the narcissist playbook. They will only value you as an object of utility. And so if you're say you're sharing an apartment, or sharing a house, they will look at you as someone who can provide 50% of the rent or 50% of the mortgage. If say you're married or in a long-term committed relationship, with a narcissist, they might look at you as a source of health insurance, and depending on your situation, maybe a source of retirement plans or retirement funds. And so they will only look at you as this source of utility in their life. They will not view you as a source of supply at that point, because you have fallen so low on the totem pole, so to speak, of your value with respect to other people, that they basically think that you are worthless as far as that goes. I mean, they really don't have any respect for you at that point. They've basically squeezed every last drop of supply out of you already. And so at that point, you're a Swiss Army knife. You're a toolbox. That's it. They don't look for you for validation. They don't look for you for affection, affirmation, even support. I think they will be getting, and this is where it goes into like the emotional affairs and stuff. They will be getting the supply from everyone else in their life. Their friends, their coworkers, their admirers, maybe people they're having affairs with. They'll continue getting supply, but they'll just not from you. They've squeezed out every last drop of supply from you. You're nothing. I mean, you're just this object that they keep around in their life. And to that extent, you will feel like an object that they use for whatever purpose. And then when they're done, it will feel like they're putting you on the shelf, and they will just go live their life or do whatever. You guys could be living together, and it will still feel like that. They will separate themselves to such a degree that you feel like you've been put in the closet and they've shut the door. And then when they need you again, they will open that door, pull you out, talk to you, use you for your utility, and then when they're done, put you back. So I know some of you, might be thinking, especially if you're still like in, say, like a deep trauma bond situation, you might be thinking, oh, well, that's worth it. I'm going to give it a try. But here's the thing. Narcissists, they like their toys to be brand new and shiny. And so even the ones that they keep around in the toy box that just, go to the bottom, that they pull out every once in a while to play with, they will reach a point where even then, they don't even want that toy in their life. That it has become an annoyance. It's taking up space in their life, and they don't care if there was utility. They just want that space back in their life to use for other things, such as fresh supply. So going back to, my real world example, my ex-girlfriend was with someone for just over 7 years before we met. And in describing the relationship, again, like it was it was a relationship based on, friends with a shared interest. They both enjoyed discussing matters in a very logical, distant perspective. Really no empathy, no emotion or anything like that. Just kind of, almost. I want to say mathematical, but I know that's not correct. But I think you get the idea. So that was like kind of like the basis there. There was no passion. There's no shared dreams for the future. Nothing like that. It was just this, oh, we have these same interests. Okay, how about you pay half the rent? I'll pay half the rent. And so, they were together in this relationship. And as time went on, she just grew more and more resentful and annoyed with him. Just being there, she started, really judging his choices as far as career, friends, what he did around the apartment, etc. And again, that kind of, plays into what I'm saying is like, even though he was like, say, sharing half the bills and, I don't know, folding laundry or something like that, that utility was no longer enough. And she was, looking to take care of that. And so narcissists are, I would say, or should I say, can be pragmatic. Usually in a devious way, but sometimes in a more obvious way. And so one of the, things that they did was that she had these discussions with him and, controlled the conversation so that he reached the, quote, logical point of saying, hey, how about we open up the relationship? We'll still be a couple, but you can go out on dates with guys and enjoy that aspect. And so they did that for, I don't even know if it might have even 3 months. I think 3 months before things exploded, or imploded, I guess. And so by the end of 3 months of that, she had enough sources of supply in her life that she just could not stand to have him in her life at all. And really just, severed the relationship in a very, I would describe it as a guillotine. I mean, it was just brutal. I mean, I think she would have kicked him out of the apartment and thrown his stuff in the street if it wasn't for the fact that she'd probably get the cops called on her. But in effect, that is exactly what she wanted, and she made it very clear to him. And as you can probably tell, if this is the type of guy that stays 7 years with a narcissist, not a lot of backbone. And so he just grabbed his stuff, and got the heck out. And then she just was, bathing in supply and, starting this new chapter of her life. And so, and again, reading stuff about people that have tried this, that seems to be the same experience a lot of people have, is that they, make this decision, okay, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stay with a narcissist. And they just give up their dreams. They give up on having a healthy relationship. They give up on the narcissist ever becoming a human being. They give up on ever being treated with respect. or loved or anything like that, and they just stay, you know, in the physical presence, I guess, of the narcissist. And the narcissist will tolerate it again, like as long as there's utility there, that is what the narcissist will tolerate. But but here's the thing, there will be a point where the narcissist, their annoyance and resentment is going to be greater than the value of utility that they see you have in their life. And at that point, they will kick you out and they will not want anything to do with you. And honestly, in that situation, I don't even think they are going to hoover. They do not care. If anything, they will go, I think, in the other direction of, they will dead you. They will erase you. They will just basically act like, and this is what my ex-girlfriend did. Those 7 years, she acted like they never happened. Like it was just this gap. Like she would say like, oh, I was with so-and-so for 7 years. The end. That is as much as she would share. And again, like I feel like that is probably more typical in those situations if one were to try to stick it out. So, moral of the story, don't try to stick it out. Don't try to make that deal with the devil of saying, okay, I know you're a horrible narcissist. I know that I'm going to be treated like dirt, but I love you and I'm going to stay, because the narcissist at some point is going to grow so annoyed and so resentful of you that they're still going to kick you out of their life and you'll just be out on your own. So hopefully you don't make that decision. And I hope that this video has been helpful. Thanks.